Hello everybody, it's Sayed Option here. What a crazy day, crazy week, choppy, but end of the day was just flushed down. So anyhow, let's look at what happened today. ES, PPI report came in this morning, and when it came, it was let me show you guys here. So we were up to 39.90. It flushed down, and then it starts bouncing. As you can see here, it came down and then it bounced back and it stayed in the range. So at 9:30, ES got a 5 minutes golden cross, so it gives a little bit of hope for bull players. So it was good, and then it jumped up. It went up to 39.76. It was almost the high of the day before, but it resisted there, and it came down. It was choppy there, and it resisted there. And what happened is at 1 o'clock, we start getting some once the 5 min MACD dead crossed on ES, it starts going down, and then we got a dead cross on the 30 and the 15 and 30 min. It did give it a golden cross on the SPY, but then it diverted down. And once it started establishing these red bars on the TTM squeeze, it was in the chop zone here. You can see here on the 15 min and 5 min, it was just going up and down, and then suddenly at almost like 3:15, it broke below. The volume went on the rise on the SPY, and then what happened is it dead cross on the 5 min, while the 15 and 30 is downward. 1 hour was already down, and once it dead cross on the 5 min, it was just a straight flush down. You can see here on the ES. Let me show you on the SPY. Same thing on the SPY. You can see here it was in the chop zone. It gave a drop here. It came back to the chop zone in the range, and then at this time, I got 320. It starts diving down because what I think most of the biggest reason was DXY. DXY as 325, it starts rising up. The more DXY goes up, the more techs and international company make less money because dollar index is going up, and that caused the flush down just non-stop going down. And you can see here the DXY 15 and 30 golden crossed at almost 3 o'clock, both of them, and that was the sign that we are going down. Let's look at the QQQ. Same thing, QQQ. As soon as market open, you can see here when it flushed down, we get a 5 minutes golden cross, so there was some hope there. It run up, and then once it dead crossed, it broke this range. It came down. Here it dropped. You can see here the TTM squeeze red bar is rising up, and then establish a range. Once it established a range, and then once it gives a confirmation of a 5 minutes dead cross, and it broke the below the range, boom, was just non-stop dropping to close. So let's look at some individual name. Apple was interesting as soon as market opened, because we got market dive down pre-market, and then it bounced back. Apple was very interesting. I alerted it. Once it gets over 142, it did like a nice V recovery. This range, it broke it. Once it broke it, you can see here got 142.79 and reached almost at my target 145.29. And then after that, it pulled back. You can see here the 5 min dead cross, and it was just a non-stop. It never give a golden cross on the 5 min. So once the 5 min dead cross and the 5 min MACD dead cross, the 15 gives a confirmation at 130, and it was in the range. And then you can see here volume starts coming in, and it start accelerating, and the RSI start going to the power zone. Once it comes here, it can either bounce back or it can continue faster and bigger. So that's what happened here on Apple. Amazon, nothing exciting today. Nvidia, it was very interesting. It had like a 2-day run. Pre-market alerted in the service that this one, even though it's at 170, it gapped down a little bit. It has a chance to go and touch 174.68, and it sure did, but in a choppy mode. So this is not my favorite type of play. I did not play it, but it was just interesting. It got there 174.68, and then once it got there, the 1 hour, you can see here start weakening at 12 o'clock, and then the 30 minutes it gave a golden cross, but it failed to I mean, it gave a dead golden cross, then a dead cross, and it failed to stay above 174.68. So which means that, you know, people start taking profit, and it went below 174.68, and then it had a drop here again. Same other name, establish a range. I posted in the service, if it can hold 172, its next level is 170.66, and it reached there before close and even more. Baba, unfortunately this was very horrible. I actually swing call overnight and I lost money on this one, but it was very good setup. The daily was up, weekly was up yesterday. The 4 hour gave a golden cross before close yesterday. It's supposed to gap up in the Hong Kong exchange. It did gap up, but the PPI report came in and it pulled it back, and unfortunately Baba opens 2 minutes late. So anyhow, this one, as soon as it opens, it starts dropping, and 15 and 30 was downward all the time, and it just went to the next level, 91.87. Bidu, same thing like Baba, it pulls back, but it's still holding above 119. Netflix was very interesting. It got a upgrade, so it gapped up and it was under watch. Everybody was watching this, and I posted in the service, if it gets above 121, next level is 326, and boom, it starts opening. It held, it came, had some fade drop, and then but it didn't give a dead cross on the 5 min, and in a choppy move it got to 326, a little bit higher, but then established a range here again, like same like other names. It gave a dead cross on the 5 min, and then the 15 min confirmed at 12:45. I posted that if it's this is possible to touch back 321 in the service, and boom, before close it reached there. Meta, nothing exciting there either. I mean, it was just was just reaching the 116.75, but it's still a little bit stronger because the 4 hours golden cross, another name. Tesla was the best name of the day. As soon as it opens, it starts jumping. You can see here, let me show you guys here. Okay, so as soon as it opens, this is the 1 minute chart here. Let me just bring this here. Okay, so as soon as it opens, it jumped up, it gapped up overnight when market opens. So you know, the whole concept, when at the beginning we were bullish because market was reversing. So Tesla, it jumped up here, and then you can see here, establish a range. Once it broke this range, I posted, if it's past 177, it can go to 181 and 183, and boom, it got to the next 177.59 is a major level. It got very fast to 177.59, and it gave a dead cross on the 1 min. So you know, this part you can maybe take profit or hold up, lock some gains progressively. But as you can see here, the 5, 15 and 30, everything golden cross, very crazy, and it was very, very bullish. So once it established this range and it broke the range, you can see here, once it broke this range, you got a golden cross on the 1 minute here. This was a good entrance here. Boom, it jumped from 178, I alerted here, 178, and went to 181, and as I mentioned in the service, until the 5 min is not dead cross, this can run up, and it sure did. You can see here, until here was just the perfect 181. It should have hit 183, but it didn't. Anyhow, then what happened is we got a 15-minute dead cross at 12:45, and the blue bars start coming in on the 5 min, and we never got a golden cross on the 5 min here, you can see. So what happened is it gave a pullback because everything was pulling back on the market, and it came to the level I posted in the service, 178.95. If you can hold it, 177.59, but it held there, and then from there it bounced back to 181.15. I posted the pictures of the alert in the Twitter, and once it get there, it held up there, but then it start cutting weak. You can see here we're getting the dark blue bar, so it start getting weak, and at the end of the day joined the drop again and came back to 178.95. Still the 4 hour is bullish, and the daily is bullish, so there is chance if market reverses, this one has a chance to go. It's pretty much bottoming for now, so but we'll see. Microsoft, nothing exciting except just, you know, it opened and jumped up, same like other names, and then end of the day dropped. Google is very interesting. It's the 9th day that is going red, and based on statistics, for last time that happened was like 4 years ago, and it's going very small down, but it's just going down non-stop. AMD, I still have my target 67.44. It's almost there, and it was the weakest one. It's a very weak name. You can see here the 4-hour dead crossed already. Boeing was very interesting. That one I alerted in the service too. Once it opens, because of the news, it jumped and it got to the target level 183. But then when it reached there, BA is just known for fading very fast. So it faded, and then end of the day, middle of the day, we got a news for another order. It jumped. I did not play this. This is just very risky, and nothing exciting about that happened rest of the day. What else? That's pretty much it. Let me see. Lulu was very interesting too. If you, I posted in my pre-market that if it can hold 346, next level is 327, and it got there. Anyhow, overall, 4-hour on the SPY. If the 4-hour MACD dead crosses, market is in a deep trouble. Next week Tuesday we have CPI, Wednesday we have FOMC, and Friday is just OPEC's monthly option expiration. So best of luck. Alright, hope you all have a great weekend and enjoy this video. If you like, subscribe please, and also if you like, join the service. Thank you. Bye.